There we go. Hey, everybody. Jarrod, the Yard Sale Artist, here with a pop-up live stream for you. It is time to once again delve deeply into my fanciness. I got some stuff in the mail, so I decided to do a mail call episode. It's going to be a very exciting episode for me. So, everybody revel in my fanciness and join me as I open up a couple of packages that came in the mail. I got them just off screen over here. Let's see. Do I want to start with this one? Yeah, let's start with this one. I ordered some stuff from Super 7. I've been very pleased with the Super 7 Reaction Plus line of figures, the Joes that went back to the O-ring style, and they have branched out to do some stuff beyond G.I. Joe, which I think is what is in this box. My trusty mail call knife. Hopefully I don't cut myself, damage myself in any way on this mail call episode. So prayers are welcome. But yeah, I hope everybody's had a good week. I hope yesterday's Veterans Day holiday for some of you was pleasant. I know I had a good one. Delve in the Dark Web Williams and I did a live stream yesterday on New Warriors 57, I think, and him and I both being veterans, the folks in the chat were just super, super nice. So that was a really cool experience. I want to say hey to Heinz Cook in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, Heinz. I'm opening some stuff from Super 7. They included a free Super 7 sticker in the box. I'll have to find something neat to stick that on. And there's my invoice, reminding me that I probably spent too much money on all this stuff. All right, let's get into this here packaging or unpackaging, as the case may be. Oh, yes. All right, so first up, I was very excited to see they were taking the Reaction Plus line that they do for G.I. Joe into the realm of Universal classic monster movies. And so the first thing out of the box is the O-ring version of Dracula. It has a cool black and white card on the back. I like how it's even like a file card. They did it like a file card, like they would for G.I. Joe. Like it's all clearly very G.I. Joe inspired, but with a very Universal Monsters aesthetic. I am a sucker, and yes, that's true. Heinz in the chat reminds us that you can't spend enough on this kind of stuff. But I am a sucker for what I call like G.I. Joe variations. Like one of my very favorite things to collect from the old school G.I. Joe line is from the 90s. I love the Mortal Kombat line and the Street Fighter line. Now, they did some actual integration with the Street Fighter and G.I. Joe, but there was also a strictly Street Fighter line, but it was done, using the molds, using the O-ring, that kind of thing back in the 90s. So I love the Mortal Kombat figures, and I love the Street Fighter line from that era. So when I saw that they were doing Universal Monster guys in the G.I. Joe style, it really kind of, got that kind of a reaction from me. I was like, oh, these basically kind of like a G.I. Joe spinoff. And I'm a big fan of Universal monster movies. So that was a no-brainer for me. I got very excited, and I hope they do some more stuff. Hope Super 7 does more with the O-ring, the Reaction Plus, as they call it, the O-ring style Joes. There's a lot. I mean, there's tons of stuff you could do with that. I hope they get some more licenses to do that kind of stuff. Here's the second one out of the box. It's number 2 of the 3-figure set, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I am a fan. Here is the back. Again, very similar to the Dracula one with the G.I. Joe file card type packaging. So there is the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Again, I am a big fan of the films. I like all 3 of them. Speaking of 3, here is the third of the first series has 3 in it, and this is the third one. It is the Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr. style, Universal Monster. Oh, it even says Lon Chaney on the package. I wonder if the Dracula one says Bela Lugosi. It does. It does say Bela Lugosi right up there at the top above Dracula. No, they didn't credit the Creature from the Black Lagoon guy, whose name I'm going to remember in a minute. He was at a Monsterama, or Brown, something Brown. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me. The guy in the suit, I think his name was Rico Brown. I'm going Rico Brown on that. That's Jarrod's hazy memory. Anyway, there's the Lon Chaney Wolfman done in the very G.I. Joe style. And again, I couldn't be happier when I saw that they were doing these. So these are going to look nice. I'm going to put them right there on my G.I. Joe shelf, much like I do my Mortal Kombats and my Street Fighter Joes. And then they also had in there, I think this was at one time a convention only thing, but they were selling on the site. I'm not positive, but this is really cool. Bat? Is it a bat? Yeah, it's a bat. Bat from G.I. Joe. The packaging on this is really, really kind of cool. It's got the classic cover from '53 with, and then the packaging itself has a damaged look. It's jagged and quote unquote burnt over here. If you look, you can see there's like 3 bullet holes right here. They're actually holes in the packaging. Like I can see you through those holes, and there's a couple more down here. I can see you through these as well. So it has this really cool comic book damage packaging look to it that I just think is really neat. And all these are on the Super 7 website. I think they were $20 a hit, which in today's market, I mean, I'm old enough to remember buying G.I. Joes for $3 a hit. So, you know, but I wasn't too upset about these. So out of my Super 7 box, I'll show you there's the three Universal Monster G.I. Joe style, 3 3/4 inch O-ring style. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, and Wolfman. If you ask me, Super 7 missed a real opportunity there to do one with just nothing in the blister and do Invisible Man packaging, and they don't actually know. You see where I'm going with this? It's very clever, I assure you. But you know what? I might have actually paid, like, this set of 3 was, I think, $60. Like, if they literally did that with no figure in it and said it's an Invisible Man figure, I probably would have gone $70. I would give them $10, which is basically empty packaging. But that's those 3 plus the G.I. Joe bat from the Reaction Plus Joe line. So those are the ones that came in from Super 7. I'm going to open my second package, which was sent to me by a friend of mine who does G.I. Joe toy deals. He's a dealer. And I was posting on social media. I probably shouldn't try and talk and use the knife at the same time. I'm going to hurt myself. But I was posting on social media about how I had finished the full run of 1982 Joes, the original run. I have them all now. And 1983, I finished that one. And then I finished 84. When it came to 85, I was missing 2 of the very, very, very hard to find pricier Joes. And that should be, unless my friend hosed me, what is in this box. It's got a lot of packaging peanuts, which I'm about to get everywhere. I can assure you that I will make a mess. Oh, wait, I got that out. Okay, let's see here. So, these 2 Joes that I'm about to pull out of here are the last ones I need to finish my 1985 series. All right, I think I got everything out. He's super packaged it, so bear with me as I get this out of the packaging. Well, and I appreciate that too, because again, these are some of the high-end, more expensive ones because they're harder to find, they're rarer, and all that. So I'm going to open the first of the last 2 I needed to complete my 1985 set. You know what's going to help me here is my scissors. So I will be moving on to 86 after this. All right. I needed Starduster. And man, not only did he have a Starduster, but he had a Starduster with This is the backpack, also packaged, like Fort Knox style packaging, because my buddy does not fool around. And he also has the file card. So the jetpack backpack is included along with the gun. I believe this makes him 100% complete. He's got his helmet, his visor, his rifle, and his jetpack, and his file card. So I believe that is a 100% complete Starduster. One of the last two I needed to round out my 1985 collection. I have to pull up my my tracker sheet and find out what I need for 86 next. But yeah, Starduster, nice and complete, really nice one. So thank you to my buddy who took care of me on that. And here's the pièce de résistance, as they say in probably both France and Canada. It is a Tripwire version 2. It's the orange and red version. Very hard to find. He came with like, I never quite can remember, because I've never seen one, I don't think. Maybe I've seen one in original packaging, but anyway, he's hard to find. He's hard to come across. He came with like a cassette. I want to say it was like a cassette adventure pack. So yeah, Tripwire version 2. Again, he's red and orange. He came with a weird offbeat set, which is why he is hard to find. And he and Starduster here are the last two that I needed. Now I have all Joe figures from 82, 83, 84, and 85. So thank you to my good friend who apparently, looks like, there's bonus here. I thought it was figure only for Tripwire, but it is not. He has included accessories. So Tripwire has his backpack with all 3 mines and the mine sweeper. So he might be complete as well. I'm going to put him in that little baggie too, just so I don't lose in these little things. And I want to welcome Auburn Elvis to the chat, who says, how was Joe Lanta? Joe Lanta was a good time, my friend. Saw lots of neat toys, saw lots of neat people. I got to chat with Larry Hama, signed another one of my books, was there. The voice of Storm Shadow from the old cartoon was there. The voice of Firefly from the old cartoon was there. A couple of the writers, the guy who wrote the Cold Slither episode was there. Flint Dilley was there. I just got done interviewing him, actually for the James Bond show. Flint Dilley's worked on Joe. He was a writer and a producer on Joe. He's worked on Transformers. He's a writer and producer on that. And he was a writer-producer on a lot of video games, including Tomorrow Never Dies. So I interviewed him for that. And that special interview will be coming out on our OHMS pod on Her Majesty's Secret podcast feed. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for asking, Auburn Elvis. I hope you're having a great day, my friend. Speaking of Flint Dilley, it looks like my buddy who took care of me on these figures gave me a really good deal. They were pricey, I'm not going to lie, but he took care of me. He gave me a special deal for both of those. So 85 is done. He also squeezed in a little something extra, it looks like, which is very timely, because he actually put in the book by Flint Dilley, who I just mentioned, called The Games Master, Almost Famous in the Geek 80s. And it's all about Flint Dilley and the stuff he worked on. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Visionaries, the Garbage Pail Kids cartoon that CBS actually axed in 88, 89. But then they released it on DVD in 2012, and that's how I saw him. Me and my son were watching one of those last night. We saw Flint Dilley's name in the credits, which was awesome. So thank you to my buddy Gary, who put this bonus thing in here. I am now, I ran into Flint Dilley and I interviewed him. I ran into him at the show at Joe Lanta. Then I interviewed him a week ago today. And so now I have him as a contact in my phone. So I'm going to do a staged picture of me reading this book and send it to Flint Dilley. I think he'll get a kick out of that. So thanks, man. So yeah, that is the mail call on this one. Follow-up question from Auburn Ellis. Were the celebrity guests excited to be there? It's always better when they're into it. Yeah, they all seem pretty jazzed to be there. it was neat to watch them, the voice actors and the writers and all those guys. It was almost like a mini reunion for them. So they were very kind of chatting with each other. You know, some of them probably hadn't worked together since the 80s and stuff like that. So that was neat. And the voice of Jem is truly outrageous. She was there as well. So yeah, it was quite cool. So I'm going to pull up my list real quick before I sign off and see. This is my G.I. Joe tracker I keep on my phone. Going to have to update it and find out. Let's see. Joe. All right. So now I have Tripwire and Starduster. So 1985 is done. Moving on to 86. I already have quite a few. I'm missing AVAC. I don't even know who the heck AVAC. Nothing comes to mind. I know when I see him. Sergeant Slaughter, version 1. Claymore, Dial Tone version 2, Leatherneck version 2, Mainframe version 2, Wetsuit version 2. So it sounds to me like those are going to be some more offbeat ones. They're a little hard to find. But once I finish those, I'll be done with 1986. Excuse me. So yeah, AVAC, Sergeant Slaughter, Claymore, Dial Tone version 2, Leatherneck 2, Mainframe 2, and Wetsuit 2 will be what I am primarily going to be hunting at Winterfest. If you've been listening to Longbox Crusade Network, you'll know that Jim the Joe Junkie and I are going to Winterfest, which is a one-day G.I. Joe show in Shepherdsville, Kentucky, on Saturday, January the 24th, I think. We did it last year. It's a lot of fun. It's a small show, but it's not super small. There's things to do and plenty of toy vendors to look at. But it's a one day, not a huge show, but plenty of stuff to see and buy. So that's what I'll be looking for at Winterfest. And as usual, if you want to come by and say hello, Jim the Joe Junkie and I are actually going to do a friends and fans dinner on Saturday night. I think it's January 24th is Winterfest. So basically after the show, anybody that wants to, we're going to all go to dinner and just kind of talk Joe and have a good time. So if you're interested in that, hit us up at Longbox Crusade, that X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, contact at longboxcrusade.com is the email. Just let us know that you're going to Shepherdsville for Winterfest and that you're interested in having dinner with me and Jim. We'd love to chat with you. All right, so let's do the recap and then I'll say goodbye to everyone. So in today's box, we got the Bat Special Edition with the cool damaged packaging. This is, you know what, this is going to cause a problem because I take my stuff out of the packages to display in my figure case. Everything comes out of, I don't keep hardly anything in package. This packaging is so unique and interesting. I might have to, or better yet, maybe when I'm at Winterfest, I'll see if somebody has this guy loose. Somebody already took him out of the package, buy him loose, and then I don't have to open my own. We'll see. So he came in there from Super 7. Also from Super 7, which I was very excited about, was the new Universal Monster in G.I. Joe scale and style 3-pack. Wolfman, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Then from my friend Gary, he sent me, I purchased, but he gave me a very good deal on, took good care of me on the Tripwire version 2 and the Starduster figure, which closed out my collection for 1985. And he slipped in the extra book by Flint Billy, Games Master. Flint actually brought this book up in the interview I did with him last Wednesday. A peek behind the curtain, because I asked him, I said, did you kill Optimus Prime? Because he was one of the writers on the Transformers movie from 86. His answer to that was basically he's tired of answering that question. If you want to know the answer, you have to read his book, The Games Master. So he said it in a very funny way. Flint is a very nice and approachable guy, so I don't want to make him sound like he was mean or anything. He's very, very fun. So that's that. Those are the Super 7 figures that came in. Those are the old school Joes that I got. Thank you, Gary, for taking care of me on that. Thank you guys for stopping by this quick live stream. It's always a pleasure. Thanks to Heinz and Auburn Elvis for coming in and chatting with me as I posted this. I hope everybody out there has an awesome day. And whenever more fanciness comes in the mail for me, I will share it with you all here. Thank you guys so much for supporting Longbox Crusade. Until next time, I will act frozen.